Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel Ollie's and the Savior. If you enjoy audio series like this and want more exciting stories, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you also like Hindi audio series, then make sure to subscribe to our second channel AZTS Novel Hindi for amazing Hindi stories and content. Now, without wasting any more time, let's dive straight into today's story. Chapter 15, Threads of Suspicion. The change didn't announce itself. It crept in quietly, like everything else in Malfoy Manor. Draco noticed it at breakfast. Not in words. Not in actions. But in attention. Lucius spoke as usual, measured, controlled, discussing matters that danced around influence and power. Narcissa listened, composed as always. Nothing unusual. Nothing obvious. But Draco felt it. A glance held half a second longer. A pause between sentences that didn't quite belong. A shift in silence that carried weight. They're watching more closely. His expression didn't change. Didn't react. Didn't reveal. Instead, he leaned back slightly, maintaining his usual posture. Lazy. Disinterested. The mask. It slipped into place naturally now. Not forced. Not constructed. Instinct. Hogwarts letters should arrive soon, Narcissa said softly, breaking the silence. Draco's eyes flickered slightly. There it was. The next stage. Finally, he replied with a faint hint of impatience. This place is starting to feel dull. Lucius glanced at him. Sharp. Evaluating. You'll find Hogwarts less accommodating. Draco shrugged lightly. I'm not looking for comfort. A small statement. But deliberate. Lucius didn't respond immediately. But something shifted again. We'll see. After breakfast. Draco didn't return to his room. Instead, he walked through the manor. Slowly. Casually. But his senses were active. Every corner. Every hallway. Every presence. And then, he found it. Not a person. Not a sound. A pattern. 2 servants. Positioned differently than before. Near the main corridor. Not blocking. Not obvious. But watching. Draco passed them without pause. Without reaction. But inside. His thoughts sharpened. Surveillance. Not heavy. Not direct. But present. And that meant one thing. Someone is testing me. Not accusing. Not confronting. Just observing. Good. Because that meant he hadn't failed yet. But it also meant he couldn't relax. Not even slightly. Later that afternoon, he returned to the training grounds. Not the forest. Not yet. The open courtyard this time. Visible. Accessible. Controlled. Because if he trained in secret, they would question it. But if he trained openly, they would expect it. Draco raised his wand. A flick. A clean spark formed. Stable. Precise. Again. And again. Each movement controlled. Measured. Nothing excessive. Nothing suspicious. Just enough to show improvement. Not enough to raise alarms. From the balcony above, Lucius watched. Draco didn't look up. Didn't acknowledge it. But he knew. Let him watch. Because this was part of the game. Minutes passed. Then, Draco changed. Slightly. He added variation. Small adjustments. Different angles. Different pacing. Natural progression. Not sudden growth. Believable improvement. Above. Lucius' gaze remained steady. Not impressed. Not dismissive. But interested. Draco stopped after a while. Lowered his wand. Not tired. But finished. Because overtraining would raise more questions than answers. He turned, walking back toward the manor. Calm. Unbothered. But his mind was moving faster than ever. They're watching. They're measuring. They're waiting. Good. Because that meant he had already stepped beyond expectation. And now they were trying to understand why. That night, Draco stood by the window again. The darkness outside stretched endlessly. But this time, it didn't feel empty. It felt occupied. His reflection stared back at him. Two layers. The arrogant air. And the one beneath. Hidden. Watching. Thinking. They're getting closer. Not to the truth. But to the realization that something had changed. Draco's eyes narrowed slightly. Then I need to stay ahead. No mistakes. No overreach. No exposure. Every move. Calculated. Controlled. Because from this point forward, it wasn't just about growth. It was about concealment. The game had shifted again. And this time, Draco Malfoy wasn't just preparing for the future. He was avoiding detection in the present. Because the moment someone truly questioned him, everything would change. And he wasn't ready for that. Not yet. But soon. Very soon. He would be. And when that moment came, they wouldn't just see a change. They would face something they never expected. A Malfoy who was no longer predictable. Thank you for listening to today's audio series. If you enjoyed this story and want more content like this, please like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Ollie's and the Savior so you never miss an update. And for those who love Hindi audio series, don't forget to check out and subscribe to our second channel AZTS Novel Hindi for more incredible stories. See you in the next episode with another amazing story. Until then, take care and thanks for watching.